Welcome back, everybody. This is Creative Cosplay Corner with yet another episode today. I'm going to bring you one of my all-time favorite cosplayers. I've had the pleasure of seeing her cosplay for many, many years now. And I want to bring on the show Jenn, which is otherwise known as Quails Are Cute. And we will get right into figuring out what the hell that name means, and we'll kind of get a background. But I want to introduce Jenn and bring Jenn on the show. Jenn, come on, introduce yourself and just kind of tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm Jenn. I'm Quails Are Cute cosplays, and that is what I do in my free time.
You do what in your free time? Quails or cosplay?
Sorry, I cosplay in my free time.
Well, Jenn, do me a favor, because again, I've had the chance of following you, but how did you get into cosplay? Because we're going to show what you do, but how did you get into it?
It's been maybe like 6 years ago. My friends went to a convention, and then like the next year they're like, Jenn, this convention was so much fun. Come with us. And I'm like, okay. So I went and I fell in love, and everybody was in costume and all of these huge like builds and then like little characters. I'm like, I want to do that. That's what I need to do.
Okay. And I don't know, what was your first cosplay?
The very first one I ever did was a sim character.
Okay.
And I just wore a bunch of random clothes in my closet and then had the little green thing above my head. Yep. And that was the very first one I did. And then the next one I did was Sora from Kingdom Hearts. And that one was like actually something I made, sewed together stuff, made props.
Yep. So what I really like about this is I want to showcase something about your particular background. So one, I told you just a few minutes ago, you've made this very easy for me because of how you set this up. But there's a lot of characters that I don't know. So I'm going to kind of go through some maybe sets, and you kind of let us know who they are, where it came from, and then kind of how you got into this particular costume. So we're going to start right here. I got one for you. So let's see. Who is this?
So this is Kita from Atlantis, and that was like a early 2000s Disney movie.
That Atlantis was, and I recall it now because I remember this. So I recall this movie, and I recall this cosplay or this character from that now. So now it rings a bell. But I'm gonna go through a couple more, and then I'm gonna ask you a question because I've got something I want to ask about these pictures. So let's do this one. So who is this?
Shigo from Kim Possible, which is also another early 2000.
So you got this Kim Possible thing going on here. I thought this is what this was. I wasn't quite sure. You know, I must have missed the Kim Possible. But you know, it's a few years, maybe my latter or my younger, so I never got into it. But I know of this now. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who is this?
So that is from Full Metal Alchemist. That is Lust. It's all the 7 deadly sins, so that is her name. And that was before I got the tattoo. I ended up getting the real tattoo.
Oh, because I was going to ask you, I've seen this a lot. So then now it makes sense. Now it's a tattoo. So that's why I see this a lot, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that photo, I like just drew it on, but then I went and got it tattooed.
All right. I dig it. My wife's into a bunch of tattoos right now. So we're on, she's got 3 more lined up. So totally get that.
Yeah.
Love it. Find it, get it, grab it. I love it. So let's do.
Add it to the list. Yeah.
Right. Get it to the list. Let's do this. Who is this?
That is Katara from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Okay.
And that is when she was dressing up as the Painted Lady.
Okay. So we've got
so it was
Avatar,
a cosplay and cosplay.
a cartoon and a cosplay. Is that what you said?
Yep.
Yep. So you've got Atlantis movie. You've got a cartoon kid, Kim Possible. You've got Lust from the 7 Deadly Sins. You've got Airbender. And this one I was totally lost. And by the way, I don't think I'd ever seen this cosplay on you. And as I went through your Instagram, this one popped up. What is it?
So that is, gosh, what's her name? Terrible Tornado from One Punch Man. And she is one of the heroes.
Okay. So I'm finding a theme in all of your, so I got 2 more of these, and then we'll talk about a theme. So what is this? A video game?
Yeah, that's a video game. That is Ciri from The Witcher.
The Witcher, and that's the new series with Henry Cavill.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, yep. She said, "Yep."
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and then you're gonna flip it from a serious, let's say, a serious cartoon character to this type of cartoon character, right? So you've got a full spectrum. This is from Tangled, right?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah,
So I want to talk about a theme on these. Jen, do me a favor. Are your eyes your, I don't want to say focus, but is that one of the real fun parts of your cosplay is the eyes?
Yeah, I like editing my eyes a lot. So like the one where the eyes are like glowing and like that's so much fun. And yeah, that one was such a fun edit to do to make it look like they were glowing. And then like all sorts of different ones. I have so many contacts for each of these.
So that I was going to talk about that because then later on there's some costs that come up that you have contacts that I thought maybe you wore to the actual cons. And I wondered, what is that like? Because I wore contacts as a kid. Is it the same thing, but they just are colored?
Yeah, so it's exactly the same thing. You can't feel them. You can't see the color. Okay. I'm super blind, so I have to have contacts to like walk around. Okay. The only ones is I have some white ones where it looks like I'm looking through a glass of milk. And I don't typically wear those walking around because I will hit somebody and I won't see them.
Okay. So I really thought those were a very diverse background of your character's choices. And then two, I saw the theme kind of like the eyes were really where the focus was. And I thought that was really cool throughout that. But then I want to talk about a jump because you have also some unique characters. So let's talk about this one.
So I don't even watch that show. I made that wig and I didn't like the way it came out. So I put a hat on it to see if maybe that would make it look better. And as soon as I put the hat on it, and I was like, oh my God, I'm that kid. Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's like a picture.
No, it's dead on. I think this is really cool. And like you said, you had a wig, you didn't like how it turned out. Let's see what this looked like. And as soon as you did, it became a cosplay that maybe you weren't progressively working towards. Yeah. And it still works, right? I love how you can jump into that. There's a few more singles here. So I should know this one, but I don't. What is this character and what's it from?
So it's from My Hero Academia. It's Todoroki. He is like by far my favorite. So I have like 7 of him.
Well, and I was going to say, there's quite a few of, you said Todoroki?
Todoroki, yeah.
I should probably know this. My daughter and I play on the Switch, the My Hero fighting game. So I was like, I'm pretty sure that's who that was, but I didn't want to get it wrong. So, okay. So you go from mystical characters, you go from Disney princesses, you go to, and I can't think of the kid's name from Stranger Things, you go to Todoroki. So again, you're pretty diverse. How do you get inspiration or how do you come up with who you want to cosplay next?
I tend to do it where like, I have like a list right now of like 20 people that are on the list from video games where I'm like, that's a cool person. I'm gonna do that. Or new shows or like, new books that I'm reading. But a lot of the times where it's like, there's a new show and I'm like, I like that character. I'm gonna cosplay that. Or I like how that looks. I'm gonna do that too. But it's just anything I'm into. All of those were things that I watched.
Well,
or play.
Do you have a closet or a whole room dedicated to just cosplay?
Yeah, I have a whole closet and a corner of my bedroom. That's all cosplay.
It's all just cosplay. All. I wondered what that looked like in regards to where you keep all your materials. But let's continue. So you've got the first one there that we showed. The second one. This is an edit of that same character, correct?
Yeah. So, and a new.
And a what? And a new outfit?
Yeah.
Season 1, season 2, this episode, you've got things going on here. So I also like about cosplays, it doesn't have to be traditional, right? You can do anything. If I want to go and be a fairy princess, I can go be a fairy princess and nobody cares. Versus if you want to play Todoroki, you can do Todoroki. I like that idea of cosplay. And this looks like another Todoroki.
Yeah.
right? This is
Yeah,
one of your seven that you've got.
one of them.
So do me a favor, who does your pictures or who does your edits, or is that you?
A lot of the pictures on my Instagram are me. I have a couple different photographers that I work with. There's like Beyond Infant Media. That was CNN, I believe. CNN photographers or CND.
C&D. Okay.
Photographers. It was a D. But they've done it, but a lot of them are just selfies that I take from my phone.
Okay. And I wondered, and I mean, the quality of both phones and selfies has turned into amazing stuff, let me tell you. So I want to go to a particular character that I think I followed, and you have maybe iterations or you've made some changes to throughout the time, but let's talk about this one.
Yeah, so that is White Raven from Teen Titans, and that's only in like the final season that she's in the white color. But I didn't really see any cosplays. I normally saw like the black and purple. Yep. And I was like, I'm gonna do the white. That's the one that nobody sees.
Well, let's talk about it because you've got quite a few edits of this. You've got some of the, like I said, special effects, some of the, what are the red, I call them discs, but they look like red buttons. What are they?
Well, so in that one, those are just like little wooden blocks, but like on her character, they're like little like gemstones.
Okay.
But, you know, I don't have any way to make like resin or anything.
Okay. But like is this the white contacts you're talking about? Yeah, so this is probably a still photo. You're not walking around a con. This is for a photo shoot. In and out, right? In and out.
Yeah, I had contacts in my pocket and was ready to take those out and put different ones in.
And then the last one of this Raven, I thought these are really great edits, great special effects. I thought they really turned out well. I've seen you both at a con with like Raven, I think. And then I've seen you around. So I thought this was a really cool one of my favorites of yours that I've seen as you pulled off.
That one turned out really well.
But I got to tell you, when the first time this popped up, and I should have grabbed more than just one, but the first time I saw this one pop up, I was all about it. So let's talk about One Punch Man.
So that one was probably my toughest one, honestly, because of the bald cap. Because I have a lot of hair, and I had to fit that all underneath the bald cap, and I'd never done that before. And I had never worked with vortex.
What's that process like to get it? Because you always see it in movies, like, you know, a character you know, but then they're bald in the scene, and you just, okay, they didn't shave it. What'd they do? What's that like to get that under there?
It took two people. I braided my hair back. I hairsprayed so much of it to make sure it didn't move. I put on 2 wig caps and then the bald cap on top of it, and then had somebody help me to like, because it goes down your neck to about like right here. And so I had to have somebody take the latex on the back of my neck because I was like, I'm gonna miss the spot.
Ooh. But it's dedication. But you have a group photo, and I apologize, I should have grabbed the group photo. You've got a group photo of the One Punch characters or the One Punch Man from the show, right?
Yeah, I was just gonna say we planned that all out at a Cracker Barrel after another con, and I was like, we should do One Punch Man, and everybody's like, we should do that, and started listing off characters that they wanted to do, and I'm like, are we actually doing this? Excellent, I'll work on it. And then we did it later that year.
See, I think it's so cool. And again, walking through a con as a recognizable character, and what's that feel like to walk through as One Punch Man in a con?
It was super fun. Everybody, like, I ran into friends that I know, and they know how much hair I have, and so they were all like super excited. They're like, I can't believe you got it under a bald cap. And then I ran into strangers that are like, is that actually a bald cap? And they were like, everybody was super excited, and they thought it was really cool. I only ran into a couple other people that were dressed up like that too, so I got a few photos with both of us.
Okay. What did it feel like to take it off?
It was the best feeling ever. It only lasted about half the day, and it started coming off of my neck. But it took about 20 minutes for me to get it all the way off of my skin and to make sure, because I didn't want to like pull it off and rip it or, you know, peel off any part of my skin. So it took about 20 minutes to get it off, and then my hair was a mess. But then I was walking around like, this is great. I'm never doing this again.
I think it's great. So I got a few more pictures and then we'll lead up to something. I want to see who this was. Is this another Raven?
Yeah, it's another variation of Raven. I had the, like I said, normally she wears black instead of white, and still has the red and like a purple cape. And I was like, oh, I can do this and like make it more casual.
Okay. Yeah, and a good edit with the background as well. I thought this one turned out really well. Are you sitting on a cloud? Is that what you're sitting on?
Yeah, I was actually just sitting on like a ledge in my house.
Oh, and then somebody did the editing, right?
I actually did that on my phone.
Oh, I love 99-cent apps on your phone. Hey, listen, when I grew up, because I know we got a couple years difference, when I grew up, that was a $2,000 edit you had to go to a studio for. Now it's 99 cents on your phone. I love it.
Right, and amazing. It's easy.
Okay, so some cosplay, I believe, take a lot of effort and maybe a lot of planning and a lot of process, but then some, and I don't know, and I could be wrong about this one, some I think can turn out fairly simple. What is this?
Oh yeah, so that was Bumblebee from, again, Teen Titans. I was on a roll with Teen Titans. I love that character, but that was a lot easier, and all I had to do was go find like a striped shirt and call it a day.
Right. Now, I know this one here doesn't have it, and you've got one on your page where you actually have the wings made. But I thought this is pretty simple. Like if you want to go to a con and you need something simple, there are ways to be able to cosplay in a simplistic way to still be a part of. I mean, there's a fantastic character and a fantastic cost that turned out, I think, fairly simple.
Yeah, and even if I would have bought wings, those wings that I could have bought are, you know, maybe $10 at any party store, and everybody would know who you were and be like, okay, cool, excellent.
Yep. So I really think it's cool, and I like to showcase, well, I take that back. We've got one more. This is Dark Phoenix, or is it just Phoenix?
Dark Phoenix.
Dark Phoenix. So what's the difference and why?
I have no idea, but that was a group cosplay that my friend asked me to do, and she sent me a picture, and she was like, I have another friend who's going to do Rogue. Would you do this? And I'm like, absolutely. So I only did that because she suggested it, and it was for a group, for another friend, and then we ended up all doing some individual pictures, and it was so much fun to do all like a big power girl.
Yep. And I thought this was, again, your natural hair, which is your hair you're wearing right now, is your hair, but you've always had some sort of fun color with it. And then when you get to do cosplay, you get to do any kind. And this red is just, it's mesmerizing to look at that shiny red hair in a character like this, right?
Yeah, I was part of the reason is that she was like, would you do this? I think you would look so nice in red hair. And I'm like, I don't have a red wig, and I could always use a red wig. So, and it's actually one of my favorites now. It's so soft.
See, and sometimes you would have never gone, and now you did, and now you have
I have a reason.
Yep. So I would have just do this as a background. This is kind of the diversity of what you bring to your passion. You've got it all over from video games to Teen Titans, which obviously you've got a few Teen Titans you like in there. And then you've got everything from anime to Disney to One Punch to Naruto, not Naruto. Todoroki, is it right? Todoroki? Yep.
Todoroki, yeah.
But you're diverse. It's all over the place. And you said you've got a list of, I don't know how many more that you're already still plotting, projecting, and looking at, right? So
yeah,
I like cosplay because y'all can do anything you want. Everything's fair game, and it just kind of goes. But this was brand new recently. This would be one of my last pictures I share. What is this?
So that is my Charizard cosplay. Obviously, like the wings are edited in that. But it's going to be like a humanized version of Charizard. And that is actually to go with my son's cosplay, who's going to be Charmander.
I love it. So you're going to have an evolution right there, and it's a family event.
Yeah.
Hey, families that cosplay together, stay together. I love that. I think that's amazing. You and your son can go do this and go to the cons together and pull it off. And I hate to do it, but you brought it up, so I'm going to do it again. But in one of my other episodes, I mentioned my family this year. My daughter and I want to go. I want to be Inspector Gadget with the propeller and like the big springs. I'm going to get some Heelys and just kind of skate around the. But my daughter's 11. She can be Penny, and then she can carry around a dog and be Brain. So me, my daughter, and we can go as Inspector Gadget and Penny. So I love that. I think it's so cool to put families together and be able to cost together. You know, Jen, I got to tell you, it is impressive as a fan to be able to scroll through and see what people come up with. And when I say what's next, I don't mean like what's next, like what's your next character. When I say what's next, that's a broad question. Take it anywhere you want. What's next?
Well, this year was supposed to be year of, I had about 4 or 5 group cosplays planned with friends, and we were all going to meet up at different conventions. And since now that's not happening, hopefully we can just push that back to 2021. And I really want to get more of, on my page, I want to see more people. I want to see group cosplays or just like another person with me instead of just selfies in my living room.
Okay. No, and I appreciate that. I love the idea of, like you just said, you want to bring more people into your world and share. So that's kind of how this came to be. I cosplay. I go to the cons and I can do a couple of things at the cons and stuff, but I just love what y'all do. And I thought, hey, I've got the time. I should be sharing this with the world. And that's just kind of how this came. So I think it's amazing what you guys do, but I really love to see, and I wish they could see it. So in just a second, I'm going to have the camera flip and it's going to look at you, but I wish they could see your smile, because your smile says it all. Seriously, Jen. It's like, it's perfect.
Oh, you're so sweet. That's going to make me smile like even more.
Okay, good. That smile's perfect. But let's do this. What do you want to tell somebody? If this is your platform, I want to share you with the world. What do you want to tell somebody about cosplay?
That anybody can do it. There's not an age limit. There's not, a weight restriction, a gender restriction. Anybody can do it, and it's so much fun. And it's able to bring your character to life and show like an appreciation for being able to do that. It's also just, for me, it's a creative outlet, to be able to, like, I made that, I can wear that, I can post that and be like, somebody can be like, I love that character too. Like, exactly. So it's a fun thing, and it's supposed to be fun. It's not a chore.
It's not a chore. So I love that right there. Prior to that question, you kind of already led into it. I just want to bring more people into it. I want to do more groups. I want to have more fun. I want to go visit more people, and I want to share what we're doing with the world. And so I think it is great. I think cosplay can and is for everybody. And I think I appreciate you coming on the show to come on and share your passion, your joy, share your talents with the cosplay, and then 2, just share you with the world. I think it's a wonderful platform to be able to do this and spread the Quails Are Cute. By the way, let's talk about it. What is Quails Are Cute?
So when I was 10 and I got my Xbox, and everybody always had to like make a username and add numbers. But at the time I was in Arizona and there was a bunch of quails and I thought they were really cute. So I just typed in Quails Are Cute, and I didn't have to add any numbers because no one has that. So that was my first email address. And then it was my Xbox like sign on. And then it just kind of transferred to every aspect of my life because I never had to add numbers. And I don't know why that was a thing when I was.
Nobody wants to put 336 at the end of your email. Yeah. Nobody wants to do that. Exactly.
Yeah.
Quails are cute. And they are. I will give you credit. They are. Quails are a cute little bird. Yep. So, but listen, I think it's awesome what you do, Jen. I think it's awesome how you share yourself and share your joy and your passion with the world. I'm going to do some post-production. We'll put some contact information like your Instagram tag, and we'll get people to maybe come and see you. And then I just want to say, thank you for being here. I appreciate you coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I was super looking forward to it. It's a ton of fun.
Yep. And we played some phone tag and we had some rescheduling because of a busy world. Totally get that. And so I appreciate you putting some time aside and being able to come on to the Creative Cosplay Corner and be a part of this.
Yeah, it was a ton of fun. Thank you.
Good. Well, listen, everybody, this is Cable Rose, Creative Cosplay Corner. We had Jenn, which is Quails RQ, and we will catch you guys on the flip flop. Y'all take care.